welcome back to my channel. What's good? Okay, so I already did like a little shuffle. I wanted to see what Spirit wanted to talk to you guys about today, and I didn't even finish reading this, and I got super excited because I feel like, you know, it's something that I'm not gonna say it's not talked about enough. People talk about it a lot, but how it's directly linked to our us receiving our manifestations, us receiving our blessings and things like that. All right, so it's kind of like I'm hearing the attitude of gratitude, right? So it says, count all of your blessings, even the small ones. Show gratitude and appreciation for all that you have in life and all that has yet to come into. Your best days are still ahead of you. Isn't that a wonderful thought? That is so beautiful. So the overall energy for today for you guys is being grateful, having the attitude of gratitude. No matter what your current reality is, be grateful, because your current reality is somebody's prayer. And that's something that I always have to remind myself when I feel like I'm like starting to come off like I'm a little ungrateful, or if something is not going my way, and I kind of get in my feelings because I feel like something is not going my way. It's like my spirit guides always remind me, like, hey, remember, even though you may not be exactly where you want to be, or you may not have exactly what it is that you feel like you're supposed to have, what you currently have right now is somebody else's prayer. And it's like when I hear my spirit guides say that, it kind of like give me that slap in the face. Like, it's like a slap in the face kind of moment, like, oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. God, thank you. You know, spirit team, thank you. Like, I really appreciate that. And you know what? And it's something that I used to do, y'all, when right before I started like my channel, right before I even thought about doing tarot or doing anything in the spiritual community, before I even knew what any of this was, one thing that I used to do is I used to write down everything that I'm grateful for. Everything that I have that I'm grateful for. I used to do that. And I like to feel like that kind of played a role in me manifesting what I currently have right now. The energy that I was in then. How I was actively and consistently having the attitude of gratitude, right? And you know, I feel like when we are telling the universe or showing the universe that we're grateful for what we have already, that helps to get us in alignment for other things that we're trying to manifest into our life, things that we're trying to have. You know, I'm not saying that ungrateful people don't have nice things, but I'm just saying it feels better to be grateful. It do. Like, it's always a humbling experience. That's why, okay, let's say this. That's why I like to give to people. Like, any chance I get where divine leads me to, I like to like give, you know. And the reason why, it keeps you humble. It keeps you grateful, you know, to pay it forward, or as they used to say, like in the Baptist church, paying your tithes. Because some people think that paying your tithes is just like giving money to a church or organization. Paying your tithes is whatever divine put on your heart, whatever God put on your heart to be of service to another person. And that is also a way to show gratitude, by helping other people, by giving to another person or another situation, you know, giving and pouring into something external to yourself from a pure space, not expecting anything in return. Stay in the attitude of gratitude. Always take 5-10 minutes, sit down, tell divine what you're thankful for. Tell your ancestors, thank y'all. Thank you, ancestors, too, because your ancestors be putting in that work for you guys too. Tell your spirit team, tell God, thank you so much. You know, just say thank you, you know, and mean it. And then if you have some little free time, you want to donate your time to someone who may need it, because giving isn't all about money. You know, giving It's what you have. You may not have money to give, but you know, you have your time, and time is more important and more valuable than actual money, right? Because money is something that's constantly being created. Like, they're always printing more money. But once you give your time to somebody, you can't get that time back. So I like to think that the most valuable thing that I could give to somebody is my time. The most valuable thing, the most sacred thing that I could give is my time, right? So I don't know who needs to hear that. And some of you guys, you're already doing that. And maybe this message is just spirit saying, like, kind of like that pat on the back, like that good job. You know, like divine is seeing you, your spirit team, they see you, they're proud of you. And then there's somebody who watching this who maybe you don't do that. And maybe you are you're in a place in your life where you're not really where you want to be, but they want you to be grateful for where you are. You don't really have what you want to have, what you feel like you should have, but they want you to be grateful for what you do have. I heard the attitude of gratitude is going to take you further. Having a grateful heart, being humble, is going to take you further than anything else in life. So I reshuffled again because I wanted to get something else to kind of like add on to that, see what else they wanted to say. And it says, you are much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. So I feel like all that kind of just tie in together with being grateful right now. You know, telling God thank you, even though you don't really have what it is that you want, giving thanks in advance. I feel like that's a form of manifestation. You are speaking things into existence. All right, so spirit is saying things that you've been praying for, opportunities that you've been waiting for, relationships, partnerships, and connections that you have been waiting for. Go ahead and give thanks now, because it's coming. Your prayers have been heard, and divine is in the process of approving those. Like, I'm literally seeing like a stack of papers and Source just stamping approvals on these requests. As he's looking over, stamping approvals on these requests. Your approval is coming up. It just takes a little time. Anything worth having is worth waiting for. So I feel like right now we're in the season of patience. We're being told to be patient. And it's going to be our turn, you know? And I'm hearing when you receive this, you're going to be so grateful that you were patient, because I feel like during the waiting season, we learned so many spiritual lessons that is going to help us to maintain our blessings. It's going to help us to know how to appreciate it when we get it. Oh, you know what I just heard? Feeling or knowing that you're worthy of something. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Being grateful for what you have. So it's not just like knowing that you're worthy of it, but also being appreciative of what you currently have. Because it's like whatever this is that spirit is sending you or divine is sending you, it's going to be so important that you keep your heart at a vibrational match to this. You always keep your heart super, super light. This is how you're going to get to maintain this blessing and keep this blessing and things like that. So it is going to be like being grateful, being humble, and also knowing that you're worthy, because you are worthy and you are more than deserving of this, whatever this is. Because some of you guys could have dealt with some extremely narcissistic people in your life. I'm hearing like early on, like a mom, like a dad, like, you know, during your early childhood development stages where they made you feel like you had to overprove yourself to get anything, right? And maybe that kind of took a shot at your worthiness. I feel like that was like a slick attack of the enemy, for real. Make a person feel like they don't deserve anything and they will never be a vibrational match to anything that they want. All right, any blessings of the kingdom. So spirit is saying like whatever this is that you've been actually praying for is coming. Divine is about to put it's stamp of approval on your request. But when you get this, remember that you do deserve this. You do deserve it. Be grateful. Be grateful for where you are right now, because one day you're going to be so far ahead on your journey. You're going to think back and reminisce about when you were in that particular space, how things used to be. You're going to reminisce about that. Even if you feel like, why would I reminisce, or why would I be constantly think about where I am now? Because you may feel like you're in a shitty space in your life, real. But trust me, when you're out of that space and you're where you feel like you want to be, you're going to think back to them like, I remember when type. So just kind of enjoy where you are. Enjoy that moment. You know, be grateful for that very moment. Be present. I'm hearing Spirit is saying like, be present. And listen, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself as well. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to be present. Enjoy our present moment. You know, because we're always worrying about things that have happened in the past. And we're also worried about our future. But the present is a gift. The present is a gift. And that's why it's called the present, because it's a gift. So find a way to be present. Find a way to ground yourself. You know, go outside. Make a pallet on the ground at the park somewhere. Read a book. You know, lay on your back. Watch the clouds go by. See the different shapes and the different images that you can see on these clouds. And be present. Let's end this with a card pull. I'm going to pull from my Junkie deck, you guys, my Junkie deck volume 2. And we're going to end this off with a card pull from this deck, so we can close this energy out. Ooh, undefeated. You're the greatest to ever do it. Don't ever stop fighting. All right. So this is Spirit's way of saying, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on that dream. Don't give up on that goal, because you're going to be the greatest to ever do it. And right now I'm hearing like you're already undefeated, especially if you're one of those people who have had a very, very hard life. Look at you. Look how you made it through that. Look how you made it over. Look how you made it through a tough situation with your heart still intact. This is why you guys are undefeated. This is why you're undefeated. No one can defeat you. No demon can defeat you. You know how the devil likes to use weaker people to attack the strongest people? I feel like that's what you went through. Because you are so strong spiritually, the devil had to use weaker people who don't mind sacrificing themselves, their freedom, their body to prove a point or to attack an innocent person here. So I feel like you went through a lot of these type of spiritual attacks where the enemy was using weaker vessels to attack you. And you guys remain undefeated. And Spirit is saying, don't ever stop fighting. Don't ever give up. You are the greatest to ever do something. Whatever it is that you're doing. I'm hearing you're like the greatest in your bloodline. That's why they sent you. They sent you because they knew that they were sending the one that was going to get everything done. You're like your ancestors' muscle. You're like your ancestors. There's the secret weapon. You know? Then we have divine timeout. You were being asked to pause and reflect. And we just got done talking about grounding yourself, centering yourself, spending time alone, doing things for yourself, you know, making that pallet at the park, watching the clouds go by, stargazing if you like doing things like that. Finding things to keep yourself centered and finding ways to keep yourself grounded, making sure that you are taking that time out that's necessary. Taking time out for yourself. It's okay to tell people you don't want to be bothered. It's okay to put your phone on do not disturb or on airplane mode or whatever you have to do so that you can take this divine time out for yourself. All right, what else do the collective need to hear? Oh, and then we have an energy of true love. But I'm going to tell y'all something, and this is just kind of what I'm feeling here. You are your true love. When you realize that you are actually your own true love, you're going to meet that version of you external to you, outside of yourself. You know, once you love on yourself the way that you want other people to love on you, it's like you are letting the universe know that you're ready to meet you in another person. You're ready to meet a version of you outside of you. So yeah, you are your true love. And I feel like realizing that you are your own true love also means not putting yourself in a way that disrespects the love for yourself. Not putting yourselves in situations or keeping yourself stuck to situations that is a disrespect to the true love or the divine love that divine has for you and that you're supposed to have for yourself. Loving yourself enough to know when to walk away. Loving yourself enough to know when to set that boundary, when to not give a person another opportunity, when to not I heard when to show yourself some grace. Yeah, loving yourself means showing yourself some grace. Also, holding yourself accountable and showing up for yourself. So yeah, in this season, you are your true love. Yeah. Oh, wow. It says, pray for them, worship while you wait. Look at that. So look, maybe you are. This particular part of the message is for someone who has been waiting on their true love. You're waiting to meet that counterpart of you, that mirror to you, the version of you external to you, your emperor. Divine is saying worship while you wait. Give thanks while you wait for your person. Tell God thank you for your husband or your wife while you're waiting on your husband and your wife. Oh my God. I'm so happy for you guys. Hey y'all, listen. I was in the middle of editing this video, right? I was rewatching the video, editing the video, and that's why the scenery is different. I'm in a different spot. If you had noticed, I literally dug through these cards to pull these particular cards out again, right? It says, pray for them. Worship while you wait. And the Emperor. Divine wants you to pray for your person while you're waiting. If you're waiting on your Emperor, if you're waiting on your divine masculine, you need to be praying for them. If you're waiting on your divine feminine, your counterpart, pray for them. These connections are under heavy spiritual attack. There are so many karmics assigned to interfere and ultimately steal a destiny that does not belong to them, so that your person, this Emperor, will never make it to you. So before you go to bed and you're praying for yourself, you need to be dismantling demonic contracts off of the life of your future person. You need to be canceling out karmic contracts over your person's life. Even though you don't know who they are, even though you have not met them, I promise you this shit is going to help your connection out in the long run. Okay, when you do this and you cancel out karmic contracts, if there are any karmic interferences that is trying to prolong you and your person coming into union, you and your person crossing paths with each other, they're going to fall off. They're not going to be able to hold on to this person and ultimately delay you and this person crossing paths with each other. And as I was saying this, it was 144 on my timer. Okay, so I needed to slide in here in the middle of this reading, this message, to tell y'all that, because the message didn't even come to me later on. Has that ever happened? It's like you do a reading of any messengers that's watching me, and then later on you're like, oh, I should have said that. Oh, that's what that meant. This is one of those moments. All right, you need to be praying for your person, canceling karmic contracts and demonic contracts off of their life, sending them protection, sending them lots of protection, lots of love, and canceling these contracts off of your person's life. All right, they're going to thank you in the long run. This is going to benefit you in your person. Anywho, back to the reading, you guys. This is like divine saying, yeah, I'm I'm about to put this stamp of approval on it. For some of y'all, divine has already approved your request, have already approved your prayer, and it is on, this person is on its way to you. You just gotta give thanks in advance. You gotta be grateful for what you have and who you are right now, right? And go ahead and give divine thanks in advance. All right, you got an Emperor on its way, divine masculine on its way, or you could be an Emperor that's you've been praying and waiting, and you know, you've been manifesting a love like you, right? Someone who loves like you. Yep. Then we have freedom. We have debt free. So something's about to come through for you guys where you will be debt free. All right. So I don't know if you've been going through something with your finances or something like that, but you will experience financial freedom. Ooh, financial freedom. So it's not even that you're just going to be like debt free. You're just going to have like financial freedom. And I think that's a blessing to be able to move freely, you know, without having to worry about like finances, or do you have enough to travel? Do you have enough to eat where you want to eat, shop where you want to shop? I feel like that's another prayer that divine has approved, right? I'm getting like the stamp of approval. I'm literally seeing divine stamping these prayer requests. 2026 is about to be an amazing year for a lot of you guys who have been very patient, and you've already been practicing the attitude of gratitude. So get ready, you guys. It's coming in, and I'm super happy for you. Make sure you find a way to let me know when it start coming in. Come back to this video, comment, whatever you got to do to get in contact with me, and just kind of let me know, like, hey, it happened, it came in, I met my person, or I bought my dream house, or I'm living, you know, I'm living freely. Some of you guys, you were never supposed to be tied down to anything for real, because I'm hearing freedom. Some of you guys really came to earth to experience freedom. And even if you have a partner, this is a partner who is going to also be experiencing freedom. They just kind of like live by the beat of their own drum, and this is the type of vibe that divine wants for you, where y'all just gonna like literally just be traveling and just living life. Some of you guys may actually, because I heard van life, so I'm not saying you're gonna be like living in a van. It's gonna be like put together and things like that, but some of y'all wanted to experience that, just traveling the world, eating at different places, seeing different landmarks and things like that. Isn't that beautiful? And doing this with the love of your life. I can't wait. I can't wait for this to happen for you guys. All right, so I will see you guys in the next video.